Girivaradari Yashodanandana Rajajana Ranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Ravi Hari Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Gaura Hari Bo, Gaura Hari Bo. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Vishnupada Paramahansa Paribhajacharya Ashtottara Sima Sri Bhakti-Vedanta Swami Maharaja Sri Prabhupada ki Jaya Vishnupada Paramahansa Paribhajacharya Ashtottara Sima Sri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Thakur Prabhupada ki Anantakoti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Namacharya Shri Thakur ki Sadhu Swami ki Prem se kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Radha Radha Shivasari Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki Shri Radha Krishna Govinda Shamakunda Radha Kundikiti Govardhan ki Vrindavan Dham ki Mathura Dham ki Navadip Dham ki Mayapur Dham ki Jagannath Puri Dham ki Gangamai ki Yamunamai ki Tulsi Devi ki Bhakti Devi ki Samavata Bhaktivinoda ki Shri Yuga Dharma Harinam Sankirtan ki Vihat Vidanga ki Jai Gaur Premanandi Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai. All glory to the Sama devotees. All glory to the Sama devotees. All glory to the Sama devotees. All glory to Shri Guru, Shri Gauranga, Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So today, reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto, 1st chapter, texts 13 to 15. These are 3 verses, so some of the senior devotees can repeat them. I don't know if they're manifest anywhere. Oh, they are okay, good. So, but just repeat one verse, not all 3. Otherwise, we'll just be repeating verses, and then time is up. So, Vidantastam upabrajya Kumara Yarunandana Upasangriya Paprachu Avinita Vichitavat. Oh, Avinita. It's not clear here. Te Vesha Yitvastri Veshe Sambam Jambavati Sutam Esha Pichati Vo Vipra Antavatnyasi Tekshana Prashtum Vilajati Sakshat Prabhuta Mogadarshana Prasushanti Puttakama Kim Swit Sanjanayishati Vedanta playing, tan them, the sages. Upabarja approaching, Kumara the young boys, Yadunandana the sons of the Yadu dynasty, Upasangriya taking hold of the sages' feet, Paprachtu they asked, Avinita not humble, Vinitavat acting as if humble, they Vishayitva dressing, Sri Vishai in a woman's clothes and ornaments. Sambam Jambavati Sutam. Samba, the son of Jambavati. Esha, this woman, Prichati, is asking, Ba, you, Vipra, O learned Brahman, Antarvatni, pregnant, Asita Ikshana, black-eyed, Pratum, to ask, Vilajati, embarrassed, Sakshat, directly herself, Prabhuta, please speak, Amogadarshana, O you, whose vision is ever bewildered, Pasoshanti, she who is just about to give birth, Putrakama, and desirous of getting a son, Kim Swit? What indeed? A son or a daughter? Sanjana Yishati. Will she give birth to? Translation and purport by the servants of Srila Prabhupada. To that holy place, the young boys of the Yadu dynasty had brought Samba, the son of Jambavati, dressed in a woman's garb. Playfully approaching the great sages gathered there, the boys grabbed hold of the sages' feet and impudently asked them with feigned humility, "O learned Brahmins, this black-eyed pregnant woman has something to ask you. She is too embarrassed to inquire for herself. She is just about to give birth and is very desirous of having a son. Since all of you are great sages with infallible vision, please tell us whether her child will be a boy or a girl." Purport. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati has made the following comment. The impudent behavior of the young Yadus toward the sages, headed by Narada, who were all Brahmins and devotees of the Lord, was a display of deviation from the path of Lord Krishna. Similarly, although the Prakriti Sahajas think of themselves as intimate associates of Krishna, the supremely merciful Lord's determination is perfectly correct in working to finish such false devotees. Such impostors actually never accept real service to Krishna. The Yadu Kumara's deception is termed seemingly humble, meaning that in fact they were anything but humble. Therefore, the ridiculing of Vaishnavas by the Lord's family resulted in a great offense against the devotees of the Lord. A similar incident occurred during the pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when his own mother offended Sri Advaita Acharya. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally rectified this offense against a great Vaishnava, and thus the Lord showed his magnanimity. The Lord Krishna's pastime of destroying the Yadu dynasty is also a demonstration of his mercy to his devotees. Believing the Brahmins, Vaishnavas, and Rishis to be foolishly lacking knowledge in material affairs of sense gratification, the Yadu Kumaras dressed Samba, the son of Jambavati, as a woman and tried to mock the saintly assembly. Lord Krishna wanted to teach that such an offense committed against great devotees by his associate Samba would be the cause of the Yadu dynasty's destruction, all as part of his Leela. In modern times, such behavior has also manifested itself within the Gaudiya Vaishnav community. Unauthorized persons have initiated the process of deceitfully bestowing a woman's dress on their followers. This process is to be counted as a variety of aparada, or offense against Krishna. Such an attempt to cheapen and ridicule devotional service to Krishna is certainly caused by envy toward the real Vaishnavas, who are faithfully engaged in devotional service, accepting the rules and regulations of Vedic literature. Om Jnana-timirandasya ganam jana salakaya chakshurum milidam tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Vichaitanyamaropishtam stapitam yena bhutare swayam rupa kadayam dadati swaha paramtikam. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti-Vedanta Swami Dinamine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine, Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pastyatya Deshatarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This is a very long purport. We've only read half of it, so I want to speak a little bit about what has been said. So, the words that are highlighted here in the purport, Avinita Vinitavad, that they appeared to be humble, but they were not humble. Every day in our temples, we chant Shikshastika prayers, which tell us one of the first Durdaiva Hajani Nanuraga. I have no attraction for the holy name. How will I get that attraction? Trinada Visuniche. No, you must become humble. Otherwise, you're chanting the holy name as some process, some mantra to give me some benefit. But humility means no. Abhinatvam nama nami no. I understand that the holy name is Krishna himself. Therefore, I must be humble before the holy name. Not that we just rattle off. Well, that, some people may not know that term. No. We just chant the Shikshastika and go to the next thing. No. Like some ritual. No. It's very deep. And if we don't obey Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's synthesis of the whole Bhagavatam in 8 verses, that's how powerful is this Shikshastika. The whole Bhagavatam is there in 8 verses. That's how powerful it is. So when we chant the Shikshastika, we should do so in the utmost humble mood. What has Chaitanya Mahaprabhu given us in the form of the Shikshastika? And so a devotee's duty is not to appear to be humble. No. One may say, yes, I'm very proud of my humility. No. I'm very proud of it. I'm so humble. Let everyone see how humble I am. So, this is not the mood of a Vaishnava. So we're not concerned about our appearance. We're concerned about the essence, concerned about the condition of the heart. And we have to learn how to see through the heart. Just like here in India, everyone's known to be they're very obedient to their sentiments. And this is good because in Goloka Vrindavan, there's no analysis. There's no Sankhya Yoga. It's all sentiment. It's all rasa. But we can't obey our sentiments until they are fully directed to Krishna. Therefore, we have intelligence. Intelligence means I will use this intelligence, as Srila Prabhupada said, not for sense gratification, not for insulting the Vaishnavas. Sometimes we use our intelligence to analyze, how is this person, how is that person? I've got to figure it all out. It does this wrong, they do that wrong, they do that right. No. We offer our obeisances. Amanina, manadena. We analyze ourselves very carefully. Srila Prabhupada said, be very strict with yourself and very tolerant with others. Sometimes we do the opposite. Very tolerant with myself and very strict with others. So this will not bring us success. We have to, what is happening here is called kutinati. That you appear to be humble, you appear to be doing something, but your actions are completely different. Your purpose is completely different. Your purpose is self-glorification, sense, in this case, sense gratification. Of course, it will be explained. I'll try to read as much as possible because I'm not very intelligent, so this purport is much more intelligent than I am. But just to emphasize these points, that we have to be fully conscious that kuti nati, we must, Srila Prabhupada said that people like me very much because I do what I say. And so this is the way we actually be appreciated. Our activities will be appreciated by Krishna. We're not so interested that they be appreciated by everyone. Here, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur in this first paragraph, he's very strong. He's very strong. And he's saying that these are rascals. These people who dress up like a woman, meaning a gopi. There are many people that dress up like women or like men. Now that's all mixed up in society. But we're talking about someone who wants to imitate the gopis. Just like we just had sannyas initiation. So this is really following the gopis. You capture the mood, not the external. We don't want externally. You capture the mood. What is the mood of the gopis? That everything is for Krishna. There is no personal consideration. This is the mood of the gopis. And this is the duty of a sannyasi, to demonstrate and to also, as I was briefly explaining the ceremony we just had, also to perform Sankirtan. Now, Sankirtan means to glorify Krishna. And Sankirtan means you lead others in glorifying Krishna. So who is the supreme leader of everyone in glorifying Krishna? Srimati Radharani. And that mood was so powerful that it has manifested in Krishna in the form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Therefore, if we want to follow Krishna in this age, we have to follow Krishna in the form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And that mood is that Radharani is supreme. Her mood is supreme. Her mood is the only hope that we have in Kali Yuga, to bring everyone to Krishna. She's very desirous of bringing everyone to Krishna. She knows that, but why? Because she knows that Krishna, we are all Vibhinamsha, we are all parts and parcels of Krishna. And therefore, Krishna wants the only thing that Krishna doesn't have is our attention when we're conditioned in this world. So that's what Krishna wants. And because Krishna wants it, Srimati Radharani dedicates herself to that. And because this is what she wants, Krishna dedicates himself to that, and he takes the form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And we are followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took sannyas for this purpose, to give up everything else except propagating the holy name. It is so important. This is an extreme act of mercy. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, some people thought, oh, he's very cruel, leaving his old mother. His mother was too old to take care of herself, and his wife was too young to take care of herself. So, two very grave, some people criticize even Ramachandra, sent his wife off. So, this would not be very popular with the feminist movement, these activities. But the purpose is that everyone will get the mercy. The purpose of Ramachandra, so that people will understand that the duty of a ruler is even beyond family, friends, and society. The duty of a ruler is to give the perfect example. And the ruler of society, of the Varnashram society, are the sannyasis. They are the gurus of the Varnas and the ashrams. The Brahmins are the rulers of the of the Varnas. No. But the sannyasi, they have this duty. But ruler, in this case, that's why we call them Maharaj, because they're supposed to be ruling, but they're ruling with love, with the danda of love. Just like Abhiram Thakur, he had a whip. Generally, use a whip for punishing. He used his whip for giving love of Krishna. So this is our weapon. The weapon is the danda. And that weapon is getting rid of the bodily concept, getting rid of mental concoction, getting rid of words that are not directed to Krishna, and giving one's full life to Krishna. Anasaktakti sankalpam anukulyasya sankalpam patikulyasya varjanam. These are the two first principles of surrender. Anything that Krishna wants, I will do it, even if I don't like it. And anything that Krishna doesn't like, I will give it up, even if I like it very much. This is the duty. So this is what's being countered here. We're countering by our devotional service the activity of false pretense, of mocking the great sages, just like it says here in the verse that, they say, Esha Prichcha Yo Vipra, you are such great personalities. You are such great personalities, therefore we will insult you. Saying you have such vision. So they should have thought, if you have such vision, you will see how foolish we are. If you have this transcendental vision, just like Srila Prabhupada, when he would look at you, any of us who experience this, Srila Prabhupada, he would look and it was X-ray vision. He saw right into the heart and the condition of the heart. Devotees would expect Prabhupada to do something or say something, and Prabhupada would do just the opposite. Not because the opposite, but the opposite of ourselves wanting to be glorified. Srila Prabhupada, please glorify me. No. Prabhupada says, I will glorify you. You are a fool. No. So this is your glory. No. So this, and then practically the whole purport is dedicated to Sri Veshai, that dressing oneself as a woman, but it means dressing just like when Prataparudra wanted to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So what was the advice that Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya told him? Give up your kingly dress and dress as a humble Vaishnava. So he did that externally, but externally wasn't good enough. He had to do it internally. Internally, he came and offered his full existence to the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He dressed himself. He took away the kingly behavior. I am great. I am a ruler. I am the controller. I am the enjoyer. And he dressed his heart in the dress of a Vaishnava. That I am your humble servant, birth after birth. Simply place me as an atom at your lotus feet. When we do that, then we are ready to approach Krishna. We are ready to approach Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We are ready to approach. And this is what the Jiva Danda means. I offer everything to Krishna's lotus feet. I offer everything to the service of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And so, and another important word here, that the insult. Please, here's a pregnant woman. She wants to know if she's having a son or a daughter. And of course, the sages later on, they will say, yes, you will have a son in the form of a steel ball. which will break into millions of pieces and destroy this dynasty. Because Krishna is getting rid of all of his associates. And Krishna is disappearing. No? Just like in the Rasa dance, Krishna disappeared. Actually, he disappeared. He left because Srimati Radharani left. And she left because Krishna was paying too much attention to the gopis. Why are you not dedicating yourself fully to me? Even though in the Shikshastika prayers at the end, the real mood of Radharani is, I don't like it, Krishna, when you go with someone else. That makes me unhappy. But if you want to do that, then my unhappiness becomes my happiness. This is beyond our conception, beyond our ability to understand. We're very concerned about our happiness. I want to be happy. I want to be peaceful. No. Peace is a condition of the heart. It's not an external condition. Otherwise, the message of Bhagavad-Gita was given in the battlefield. No. It could have been given here in Vrindavan, beautiful. And Krishna could have spoken to Narada Muni or someone else. But he spoke to Arjuna, family man, warrior. No, because this material world is not peaceful. Prakriti stani karshati. We're all struggling with the senses and the mind and struggling with material existence. So real peace, you can't be peaceful. You look for a peaceful place, go to the forest, go to the river. One time I was walking on the beach in Panama, very tropical place. There was a big rock, so I had to go into the forest. And I got bit by about 200 mosquitoes in 30 seconds. That's how peaceful the forest is. There's no peace. You go to the forest, and there's dangerous animals. Wherever you go, you swim in the ocean, there's dangerous animals. And the worst thing is, you go to the city, and the most dangerous animal. As Narottam Das Thakur says, that even a poisonous snake can be controlled by mantras or music. No. But an envious person cannot be controlled. No. So this is another duty of the sannyasis. No. Because it says that a renounced person should go to the forest. Therefore, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur said, the greatest jungle, the most dangerous jungle are the cities. The sannyasi should go to the city and tame the most dangerous animals with the Mahamantra. This is the duty. So this is what's being spoken about here. And therefore, just continuing a little bit with it. Thus, Rupa Goswami has said, Shruti Smriti Purana Adi Pancharatva Bedimbina Ahikanti Harir Bhaktir Upapatayanta Kalpate. If one wants to demonstrate his great devotion to the Supreme Lord, but his process of devotional service violates the standard rules of revealed scriptures, such as Shruti Smriti Puranas and Narada Pancharatna, then his alleged love of Godhead will simply disturb society by misleading people from the auspicious path of spiritual advancement. This is from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. And Rupa Goswami said, as long as you are within a material body, you must follow sadhana. Whether you're following Vaidhi Bhakti or Raganuga Bhakti. No. Here in India, Raganuga is very popular. I was just speaking to this. Raganuga driving. No. So, but we have to practice Raganuga Bhakti. No. Raganuga driving will not take us back home, back to Godhead. It may get you somewhere faster, but that's not. But not to Krishna. The taking of a woman's clothing by a man in Krishna Leela. So this is there are many nowadays men taking women's clothing, but not in Krishna Leela. They have another Leela. Was intended to point out this fact. Such an act amounts to cheating and ridicule of the devotees of Krishna. So here, we see. No? Otherwise, this whole pastime, accomplishing Krishna's desire to disappear. Now, Krishna's desire is, we don't want Krishna to disappear. When Krishna reappeared to the gopis, he told them, don't be angry with me. No. You're angry with, I can see, they were a little angry. No. Why did you just leave us like this? You made us so blissful by dancing with us, then you left. They were a little upset. Krishna said, don't be upset with me. No. Because I cannot repay you for what you have done. You have given up family, friendship, society, just for my sake. Your only payment is your own devotion. And therefore, because your love for me is so great, I just want to increase your great fortune. I want to increase your devotion. And therefore, I left. But here I am again. So, also to increase your devotion. That is my only desire. Krishna was telling them, I am your servant. No. Although they don't consider it. They consider they're the servants of Krishna. But he is their servant. So Krishna also disappears. Just like the wives of the Brahmins in Krishna Lila, when Krishna was a young cowherd boy. The wives of the Brahmins came to him and they became statues just to seeing his beauty. And then they said to Krishna, Krishna, we have left these useless husbands and come to your lotus feet. Now we want to go to Vrindavan. No. And Krishna said, no, you cannot come to Vrindavan. They thought, we understand. You have your gopis there. We'll stay on the outskirts. No. And whenever you're in the forest, Prabhupada said, no. The best way to remember me and to serve me is to chant my glories, to hear about me and to chant my glories. So Krishna was giving a very great instruction in his Leela, his blissful Leela. And this is also a blissful Leela for Krishna. I have been here for 125 years, now I want to leave. But there's a big problem. That my followers, I have two types of followers, and they will both create a big disturbance. One is some people who follow me, but they have become proud, thinking that I have all this power. I'm as great as Krishna. They will create a big disturbance. We can see that because everyone in this material world wants to be a little Krishna. We want to be the enjoyer and the controller. And so they create a disturbance. And the other ones were those who were so dedicated to Krishna that if he disappeared, they would become wild with total ecstatic confusion, and they would trample everything and everyone with their powers. So he had to disappear. And he had to disappear so that people could understand the essence of his Leela. While he was performing his Leela, the pure devotees, by Yoga Maya, they could not understand his Leela. And by disappearing and leaving behind great devotees who could explain his Leela and explain his Guna and explain his Rupa and explain his name, then people would really understand Krishna. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had to come to revive that because Kali Yuga. So many things were accomplished by this disappearance. But especially here, Krishna is showing by this pastime that you cannot, as it says here, ridicule a devotee. The most important thing, the best way to lose your Krishna consciousness is to offend a devotee, to ridicule a devotee, to belittle a devotee. Here we are in Sri Vrindavan Dham, the perfect place to serve the Vaishnavas. And by serving the Vaishnavas and serving the Supreme Personality of Godhead and chanting the holy name and remembering and reciting Krishna's pastimes, we can make 1,000 times more advancement. than we can anywhere else. But by offending the devotees, no. The first time I came to Vrindavan, first thing I saw in Vrindavan was an old dog that was mange, hairs were falling off. And I thought, what a miserable dog. And immediately I got sick. No. So I said to the devotees, why did I get sick? I just arrived in Vrindavan, I got sick. And I explained, well, you offended the dog. This dog is an inhabitant of Vrindavan. No. So we have to be very careful, even what we think here. No. Because there's no immediate reaction for thinking. But the thinking in Vrindavan will lead us to the wrong mentality, and that wrong mentality will cause us to very inauspicious. And we have to make our pilgrimage place here, this Sri Krishna Balaram Mandir. This is the main pilgrimage place. In 1976, Srila Prabhupada sat down to give the Bhagavatam class. And there was a big pilgrimage. Just like Srila Prabhupada had the same experience. He went to the last Bhagavatam class of Bhakti-Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur here in Vrindavan. There were only a few devotees. Everyone went on parikram. And Bhakti-Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, at Prabhupada's initiation, they introduced him. He said, no, I know him. He likes to hear. So there were, I probably would have gone on parikram, but I was too sick. So I went to the class. And Srila Prabhupada said, where are the devotees? Well, I went on parikram. Prabhupada said, I have made this mandir so that everyone will come and hear and chant. So Prabhupada, this is the place. This is the center, because this is where Srila Prabhupada is promoting the Sankirtan movement. Radha Damodar Temple, also another place, because Prabhupada's rooms are there where he began the writing of the Srimad Bhagavatam and prayed to Rupa Goswami to please allow him to do the service of Guru Maharaj. So here, let us make this our pilgrimage place, not Loy Bazaar, not MBT restaurant. Here, coming and hearing and chanting, then we can go on parikram, we can do so many things. But this is the essence, and therefore this place is so popular. When we first came to this temple, maybe Archita Prabhu, we met many, we were thinking, why did Prabhupada put this temple in the middle of the forest? Did Prabhupada make some miscalculation? But no. Prabhupada knew, now this is the center. Here's the center. Even downtown Vrindavan, that's like, still everybody goes, but this has become the center. And we allow our pilgrims also to go to Prem Mandir, other places. We allow them to do that. It's because it's Prabhupada. Everyone's coming here to Vrindavan because of Srila Prabhupada. This Bhagavatam is manifested because of Srila Prabhupada. And we are giving this sannyas to devotees so they can represent Srila Prabhupada. This is the essence of this Srimad Bhagavatam. So I just have a few minutes. I'll just read the rest of the purport and let superior intelligence prevail. No. The boy said to the sages, O rishis, O brahmanas, O Narada, and other great personalities, can you tell us whether it will be a son or a daughter that will be born from this pregnant woman's womb? By addressing pure Vaishnavas in this way, they anticipated the fraudulent sampradayas of the modern age in their practice of Sakhi Bhikkham, or dressing men as female associates of the gopis. This unauthorized activity constitutes contempt and mockery of the pure devotees of the Lord. So, addressing pure Vaishnavas in this way is a very important thing. We have to know how to address the Vaishnava. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, was asked by Satyaraj Khan, I'm a grihastha, engaged in family affairs. What is the hope for me? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Krishna Seva Vaishnava Seva, Nirantara Krishna Nam Sankirtan. If you want to progress in spiritual life, serve Krishna, serve the Vaishnavas, and chant incessantly the Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So we should always take advantage of the pure Vaishnavas. And who is a pure devotee? Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur said, one who understands there is no difference between Krishna and his name. Even if he is a neophyte, he is a pure devotee. No. That's his statement. No. So that's another subject. So many false yogis, imagining that they are distributing first-class devotion on the liberated platform, attempt to award the status of pure devotee to candidates totally ignorant of the transcendental tastes of Madhurya Rati, or the Lord's conjugal love in the spiritual world. Even though they know that the general populace is unfit to imitate the liberated associates of the Lord, they artificially decorate ordinary persons with ornaments of spiritual perfection, such as tears, a melted heart, and standing on end of bodily hairs. These bogus yogis introduce a process that misleads the world. Because Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu understood that the great misfortune caused by these false yogis, or kuyogis, was impossible to forestall in Kali Yuga, he infected them with insane desires for material objects or lust, so that ordinary persons can easily identify such false yogis as deviated from the path of pure devotional service. Some of them become businessmen. The mockery of the Brahmins and the Vaishnavas by the young boys of the Yadu dynasty who dressed Samba in woman's garb, and the resultant destruction of the Yadu dynasty conclusively demonstrate the uselessness of these Sahajya Sampradayas. Sri Jiva Goswami has confirmed that the lack of humility shown by the sons of the Yadu dynasty was an arrangement by the Lord himself. In other words, the members of Yadu dynasty are ultimately associates of Lord Krishna, and to facilitate the instructive pastimes of the Lord, they acted in apparently unethical ways. So we even see Narada Muni, he told Kamsa, who knows who this child is? And Kamsa, Narada Muni was proliferating the killing of children. Why? How could he do such a thing? He wanted the pastimes of Krishna to come immediately. No. Before the beginning of Kali Yuga. Imagine if pastimes of Krishna got delayed. No. Then Kali Yuga would start before Krishna's path. That would be a great disaster. No. So it seems like that. What are these boys doing? They're pure devotees of the Lord. What happened? Why are they doing that? Because this is the Lord's plan. His pure devotees can only act according to his desire. So his desire is that this pastime will take place. This ball that he has in his stomach will be converted into steel that will be crushed up into thousands of pieces, and all the yadus will drink one piece of that, and it will cause their destruction. These little pieces of metal were offense personified, and they became embedded in the hearts, and they fought with one another. They became inebriated, drunken. How could they do that? These were the Lord's pure, the topmost devotees of the Lord, his eternal associates. They did it by his desire. And also another very important thing to learn here is the danger of offenses, which in the purport is illustrated by Mother Shachi. Who could be more inoffensive than Mother Shachi? who was so attached to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that even if Chaitanya Mahaprabhu walked around the corner and out of her vision, she would faint. That's how attached she was. And then, so during, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was bestowing love of God to everyone, then Srivas said, "You have not given to Shachi Devi." He said, "No, I cannot give." Srivas, "Are you joking, my lord?" "No, I cannot give. She has committed an offense." Srivas covered his ears. "What is this? This is bad humor." "No, my lord, you are the Lord, but this is..." No, she has committed an offense against Advaita Acharya. And then they immediately went to call Advaita Acharya. When he heard it, he fainted. How can I offend the mother of the universe, the greatest personality, Mother Yashoda personified? And he began to glorify Shachi Devi. And the glorification entered his heart and he fainted. And then Shachi Devi grabbed his lotus feet. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, "Now I can give her love of God. Her offense has been forgiven." So this is what we have to do. Especially here in Vrindavan Dham, we can think, have I offended anyone? Let me take their lotus feet on my head here in the holy Dham and rid my heart of all offenses, of all negativity, of everything that could be hamper or stop my devotional service. And then we will get the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Shri Shri Radha and Krishna. That's why it's good to go to Mayapur before coming to Vrindavan. Because there, offenses are forgiven more easily. But you cannot do it as business. You can't think, let me go to Mayapur and I will get rid of my offenses, then I can do more. Empty the bucket and fill the bucket. No. We go to Mayapur and we beg for the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by chanting the holy name and kirtan and distributing Krishna consciousness. Then we come to Vrindavan. This is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did. First, after taking sannyas, he went back to, he was looking for Jagannath Puri. But he could not go to Jagannath Puri. He had to go to Mayapur. And then he wanted to go to Vrindavan. 3 times he tried. He could not. 3rd time he was able to go. 1st and 2nd time he was not able to go because he was showing that it is not so easy to go to Vrindavan. We can drive a car and we can arrive in this geographical location. But to enter Vrindavan is not a question. You can't come in a car. You have to come you have to enter the temple of your heart, the temple of your mind, which is purified by chanting the holy name, by the association of the Vaishnavas, by hearing the Srimad Bhagavatam, by purifying my place of residence, and by worshiping the deity. Then we can enter Vrindavan. Entering Vrindavan is a state of consciousness. So here we are, and especially this day is the holy disappearance day of His Holiness Srila Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. So this is also to glorify such a great devotee who sacrificed every moment of his time. My good friend Chittakananda Prabhu, who joined a little before him, he said he would come to the temple. He said, I never met all of us. We were trying just somehow or another to be a little Krishna conscious. He came into the temple and he would look at he would go in front of every picture of Krishna. He was a businessman. They thought, we're devotees. He's a businessman, but he was more devoted than us. He went in front of every Krishna picture and he would pray and he would meditate. Then he would go to the next picture. Chittakananda said he would do that for 1 hour, just praying for the mercy of Krishna. He said, I could not understand. First, I wondered who is this businessman? But then he said, we realized such a great devotee. From his very beginning, he was attached to Krishna and attached to serving Srila Prabhupada. His life and his soul was just to glorify Srila Prabhupada and just to do everything just as Srila Prabhupada desired. So, such a great devotee, such an opportunity, such a wonderful day that we can pray for the mercy of Vaishnavas, because that's what we do in order to advance in devotional service. So now the time is up. There's no time for, because we have so many activities today, no time for questions or answers. I probably couldn't give a good answer anyway. So,
all right, I beg.
So anyway,
just one comment.
One comment. Okay, one comment. I have to obey. I'm Chitta Prabhu.
Haribol Maharaj. Thank you very much for a very insightful class. As you said, there's not much time, but you mentioned that we become proud of being humble. So I just wanted to give one example from Prabhupada's Leela. You remember our godbrother Vishal Prabhu. This is not to denigrate Vishal anyway. He was a great soul, great book distributor, just a wonderful person. But one time he said to Prabhupada, you know, Srila Prabhupada, I'm the most fallen, and Prabhupada, so you're not the most anything.
Haribo. Hare Krishna. So, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Krishna Balaram, Shri Radha Shama Sundar, Shri Gaurnitai ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai, His Holiness Srila Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki jai, Tai Gaura Premanandi, Shripad Bhakti-Vedanta Rukmini Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Okay, let us go and celebrate.
You have to take him to Prabhupada.
Yeah, I will do that. But everybody has to clear the way.
Speak once.
Yes, so now I will take our recent, very newest sannyasi, to Srila Prabhupada and offer his devotional service to Srila Prabhupada and to our parampara. So you have to clear a pathway, please. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna.